TIK 1-0 loss to Toronto FC. Heartbreaker at the end of the match. Piatti gets pretty much a free header. And we go down, and I think there are some clubs that make the playoffs, I think, because we lost. Just it's a kind of double knife wound there. But what do you think of the match?
Fantastic performance all around. It was disappointing with, what the result was, but that second half was probably one of the most exciting halves we've seen in a very long time. It was great. You saw a starting lineup. You saw Kubo out there. You saw Moreno. You saw Barco. I didn't really believe it was Barco. I just assumed he was never going to get back out there, but it was great to see him there. It was exciting. It was some good play. Moreno made some fantastic passes. It just didn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, first time Barco and Moreno playing together, and obviously there's maybe some chemistry that needs to be built, but in terms of, having Barco back, having Moreno back, first time we have had two DPs on the pitch since August 29th. I mean, it's just, obviously, some things need to be built versus, Rome wasn't built in a day.
Well, there's not much time to build. There's 4 games
sure.
left. So the good news is we don't have a midweek game. So we have Saturday? I believe Saturday versus DC. So you got a week. You got a week to get everything set here. You did well against them last time, but you got to have the 3 points for this week, and then you got Orlando. So got a few big games coming up in the next 2 weeks.
Right. And so, yeah, how did Barco do for you for this match?
Okay. Moreno was definitely the one that I had more of an influence on the game. More key passes. Barco looked like he was just really getting warm out there. Had a few ideas, being creative. Just, again, like you said, the team doesn't have that chemistry yet. The team that we've been having for the past couple of weeks was starting to build that chemistry, and now we're bringing a few new people in. So now it's more chemistry that needs to be created. So it's going to be a little bit, but hopefully the next week can get them ready, and hopefully DC's a game where they can really, I think like the last game, the last DC game, they had everybody work together. They were scoring, so it got everybody gelling well and gave them some confidence. So this is what we're going to need. We're going to need a big game on Saturday.
Right. Now, at any point in this match, did you feel like maybe we could smash and grab and maybe take this match and sneak away with a win? But and it does it like at any point maybe happen for you?
Jurgen looked great. He caused 3 corners in the first 15 minutes. He looked fantastic. We talked about this last week about whether he's a starter or a sub, and you were right. He came in as the starter, and he did well. He was flying around. His speed is definitely a problem for MLS defenders. So it's exciting to think of what the future can bring with him. They were focusing on him, and they still couldn't stop him. Think about next year when you're having more people, you're having your DPs, and you're having a Joseph, where now they're going to have to focus on Dom coming on the wing. You're going to have Lennon over there. You're going to have Moreno and possibly Barco there. This team's forwards next year, it can be really good. And the chemistry and a new coach coming in, there is so much to look forward to next year. I know there's still a lot left this year, but it just, every time you see, some of these guys come in and start doing well without a legit striker out there, I'm feeling good about next March.
Right. But, going forward, obviously, there's some battles at some positions. Lennon versus Dom, maybe Torres versus Gallagher, Barco versus Mulroney, maybe to a degree. I think, obviously, that's, we think we know who's going to start there. But, maybe going forward, at least for DC, who's going to maybe start for you for those in terms of those battles?
I think Kubo needs to start. If he's able to play, 70 minutes, I think he needs to get the start. Gallagher's been playing real well, but he's disappeared the past few games. I don't know if he's just tired. but he hasn't been the difference maker and making those plays. I honestly forgot that he was even on the field at certain points. He barely touched the ball. It's time for Kubo to try to finish this off if he's healthy enough. Dom should start. Obviously, Moreno and Barco, hopefully they're going to be able to get that start. We should see the closest thing that we have to the best lineup.
Sans Joseph.
Yeah. I mean, the first game of the year. This Saturday, I feel like I'm hyping this game up too much. This could be our best starting lineup of the entire season since Nashville.
Right.
And it's very exciting.
For sure. And yeah, I mean, looking on that bench going into the match, it definitely was probably our strongest bench that we've had all season, right? Don't you think?
For sure. And that's all I wanted was, going into that second half, being 0-0 was the best scenario possible besides being up. I said, we can get there, tied. We have a very good chance of winning that game. And we had our opportunities. It just unfortunately just didn't happen for us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, agreed. So looking to DC, then what do you think is going to happen? What's your confidence going in?
I'm confident. I think this team should be confident after that last match. That was a disaster for DC. And, we've got our DPs. Let's we got this week off. I'm not sure if DC has a midweek game or not, but they're going to have to take advantage. You have DC, Orlando, Cincinnati, and Columbus. That Columbus game you're going into, they might not have anything to play for. So, these next 3 out of 4 games should be winnable. The Orlando one, I don't think they're going to bench people, even though they've made the playoffs. I'm sure they're going to still have some room to go. But we need to get 9 out of 12 here.
Okay. Yeah, hopefully we do. But appreciate your time. Thank you so much.